Hi, मेरा नाम शिवम है and I'm a Kolkata-based photographer. I've been a photographer from last 6 to 7 years, and I started way back when I was in college. Luckily, I got lucky uh, कि मेरा college से ही I was good at it, or I just kept on practicing it. So when I was in college, I started making a little bit money also with it. तो जब कॉलेज खत्म हुआ तो मुझे कभी सोचने का जरूरत नहीं पड़ा कि what areas I need to explore, or do I need to study again or to get a job. I was already set before leaving the college. तो studies मैंने pharmacy किया है. I'm a B Farm. I completed my college in 2020. So yeah, that's pretty much it about me. So ये मेरा introduction है. And yeah.
थैंक यू वेरी मच शिवम। आपने जैसे बताया कि आपका पहले से ही इंटरेस्ट था फोटोग्राफी में, एंड ये सब आपने कॉलेज में शुरू किया, ये सब आपने पहले से कर रहे हो, मीन्स कॉलेज के बहुत पहले से?
It started in the first year of college, I think. तो जब मैं फर्स्ट
ओके।
ईयर में था तो उस टाइम ही मुझे पता चल गया कि जो मैं पढ़ने गया हूँ दैट इज नॉट फॉर मी. लाइक उसमें मेरा इंटरेस्ट बहुत ही कम, बिकॉज इट वाज वे टू इजी फॉर मी. आई वाज अ वेरी गुड स्टूडेंट. तो मुझे पढ़ने में, मुझे पढ़ के एग्जाम देने में उतना ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट नहीं आता था. एज यू ऑल आर इन इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज, यू कैन रिलेट विद इट कि अगर आप
यस।
सिर्फ एक रात पहले भी पढ़ोगे तो भी आप पास कर सकते हो सेमेस्टर. इट्स नॉट दैट बिग अ डील. तो ये
एग्जैक्टली।
ये मुझे पहले सेमेस्टर में ही पता चल गया था, और मेरे सीनियर्स ने भी यही बताया था कि लाइक क्या करोगे, मतलब अगर जिसको जो सीरियस है पढ़ने में वो पढ़ता है, उसको वो 6 महीने पढ़ेगा, उसको कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, क्योंकि वो अपने एरियाज को एक्सप्लोर कर रहा है. बट मेरा क्या था कि मुझे मजा नहीं आता, मुझे सिर्फ पास करना था. तो आई कुड हैव जस्ट स्टडी टू टू नाइट्स बिफोर एग्जाम एंड आई कैन जस्ट पास इट. तो मेरे लिए वो बहुत, मेरे पास बहुत ज्यादा टाइम होता था. And I was living in Kolkata, or Kolkata is one of the most beautiful places to take pictures of people, places, and culture. So I had a camera, and I had somebody who was teaching me also. He was my teacher. So I met him accidentally, and I started shooting along with him for over a year. और एक साल practice करने के बाद I was like, I got at a very good place where I wanted to be, because I kept on practicing every single day. I didn't miss, I think, one day or something like that. So it's just practice. And yeah, मेरा interest पहले से था, but once you get a support, or once you get a lifeline through which you can navigate your paths, you're always going to make it. Yeah.
यस, एग्जैक्टली। और ये जो सपोर्ट रहती है वो मीन्स it's something like not everyone gets the support from the family. If someone is like doing engineering or some other field, their family is not everyone's family is very much supportive to pursue other career. They tend to believe like if you are going to certain field, you should do that, and they do not believe that the photography, videography, this kind of things can be career as well. Some parents do think that. So in your situation, how did you convince your parents, and how did they support it? For like they were supportive, or how did they reacted when you told them that you want to be a photographer?
So my case is a lot different. I couldn't have even speak about it in my family. So I just kept on going. I never realized that my time's going so fast. I just kept on. I used to carry my camera in my my college backpack. So I would just finish my college and start walking, and just take pictures like in morning, in evening, and nobody's gonna check my college backpack. So it was always in there. It was hidden for like 2 or 3 years. I never let them know like that's what I'm doing. And in those, like in that time, I built my network, I built my Instagram, I kept on taking photos. So uh, I think it was around fourth year. Yeah, there was a point where I was making much more money than my principal of the college. So that's when I realized that okay, like I'm at a place where I can take this thing as a career. And then I told my parents like this is what I wanted to do. And once you start supporting your family, once you start supporting your parents, they are never going to say no to your choice. But they are scared. Like, it's not our parents' fault that they don't support us or something like that when we start out. It's the society that we live in. Our parents are always afraid that whether our kid is going to make it or not. So what happened, I mean, I never told them, but once I was at a stage where I felt like I'm good enough to make a living out of it, I just told them. And then they were like, okay, yeah, we don't care what you do, as long as you are happy, as long as you are doing better. And I think most of the people who are in my career, or like who are in my community as a photographer or filmmaker, or like content creators, they all have the same story. Nobody's parent want them to dance over TikTok or to dance over reels, okay? But once
Yes.
they make it, once they see that our kid is doing fine, people are recognizing it, he's making money, then parents are always fine. So you have to like work hard and reach at a level where you can tell your parents that this is what I want to do. They will never say yes if you if you go on the very first day, hey dad, I want to buy a camera of 5 lakh rupees and I want to pursue photography. I, unless and until he's like Ambani, he's not gonna say yes to your path. So you have to like work hard in your backstory to make the parents say yes.
Yes, you have to make them believe. You have to make them think that this could be your potential income and your future is safe.
Yeah,
This can be your potential main source of income with your
yeah,
passion as well.
yeah.
So
Your
most times the
parents not
parents are
your
like,
parent yeah, your parents want nothing except you being happy. So
exactly.
once you can let them know, like even if you make less money, uh, and you are happy, they will still say yes, I believe in it. So yeah,
Yes. It just like you should be convincing with your
yeah,
um, anything that you're doing. It should be convincing to your parents that yes, this could be potential your future.
yeah,
And as you speak about like you were practicing during your first, second, and third year, like um, this is something that happens with a lot of students. Like someone who do want to pursue their um, whatever they're interested in, they tend to say that they couldn't find time. So how did you manage to do your college studies regards with your personal portfolio you were building during your
yeah,
college time as well, and you were working part time as well?
yeah. So like within like first 2 or 3 minutes, I told you, in college you have enormous amount of time.
Yes.
People or students who say that I don't get time in college, I'm working so hard, I'm studying so hard, they're fucking lying. Like there's no like, you can't lie, like you can lie to the society, but you cannot lie to yourself. Every single student in college, they have so much time. They have time to sleep. They are always late in college. They're always skipping lectures. They're always like, playing games, or like dating or whatever they're doing. So everybody has time in college. It's like I told you, one day is enough to pass semester exams. Doesn't matter which course you study in. It's that like the Indian education system or the college system is designed in such a way. So, or like let's say a week before exam, you can do it. And so whenever you have these small moments, like whenever you have this little time to practice, or like to enjoy the thing that you want to do for the rest of your life, I think first year, second year, and third year is the time to do it. If you start early, let's say you miss out on the first year, you start on in the second year and third year, 2 years, you go hard on it, you build. Doesn't matter, like it's photography, filmmaking, or coding, or like an influencer or a dancer, whatever you want to be. 2 years is a lot of time. It's like 700 days. You can, if you even practice like for half an hour every single day, you're going to be better than most of the people around you, or most of the people in our country. So that's how I believe it. And yeah, everybody have time, and everybody just should use at least in their college to find out what they want to do. If you get out of the college and then you start thinking about what you want to do, it's way too late, man. Like you're not gonna make it to the competition you are entering it. So better start early, and I think everything will be fine.
Yes. So what you suggest is like to make up priorities and uh,
Yes.
Work everything on the on based on the priority. Like if
Yeah.
something you want to make your potential career, then it should be your higher priority than
Yeah.
some other things, and you should give it time on the regular basis in order to make it your future.
Yeah.
And also one thing, like as you were studying and you were working on your portfolio, how did you manage to work with in industry or other models or doing the street photography? Like, did you do an internship? And you said like you had someone to guide you. So for someone who don't have someone to guide, what can they look for?
So, to answer this question, I feel like we're living in a place where networking is the easiest thing. Okay, like we have social media, we have LinkedIn, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have like enormous things to reach out to people. Okay, like there's I mean, if you have something to show somebody, like let's say the first step is to have something prepared. Like uh, the way I want to put it, like, so I'm both. I'm introvert and extrovert both. When it comes to my work, I'm like super extrovert. When it comes to my peace, my happiness, I'm like super introvert. I don't want to like gel with social crowds. I don't go to clubs and those things. So, but the moment I talk to somebody about my work, I have so many stories. I have so many things to like to put in front of them, that it becomes so interesting for the other person to listen, and like like put effort in like investing in me. So I think you have to first build something that you can be proud of, like for yourself. Like you have to be very proud of what you did, and then present it to people. Like let's say, if you want to do if you're doing street photography, reach out to the magazines who are who are doing street photography campaigns, or reach out uh, to a lot of like international exhibition centers and send them your pictures. There's always competitions going on. Just like do as much as Instagram as possible to get to know where you need your work to be. So yeah, this way I think you can like through social media, through emails, you can just go on and keep sending your work to people, and they will notice. If you believe in your work, then most of the people would definitely believe in it.
Yes, it means like first you should be believe that you what you're doing is good, and
Yeah.
so there is one more thing, like in terms of like specifically in this field, which is more about the creativity, such as filmmaking, video, audio production, or artist, anything which is related to art. There is one thing comes that the satisfaction. People usually, whatever they do, it tends to them. They think it's not perfect, and
Yeah.
they try to go and reach out the perfect thing, and they never achieve it. So it's like they are so close to, even if it's like the beautiful art they have made, but they still think it's not perfect, so they discard it.
Yeah. uh so I mean, it's a it's a thing with artists, like they are never satisfied,
Yes.
and which is not wrong, which is like 100% correct. But you can like that like you're not satisfied, that should be staying with you only. You have
Yes.
no right to like tell other people that you are not proud of the work that you have produced. If you say that, then nobody's going to be interested in your work. The as a like if you want to make it into creativity world, you also need to know how to sell yourself. Okay, so I'm like, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm selling myself all the time, like this is what I do, these are the people I've worked with, these are the brands that I work with, and stuff like that. And like if I have 5 minutes of time, I will just tell them whatever the things that I've done, and just to make sure that that person knows, okay, this is what I do. And if you're not proud of what you did, it's completely fine. Sometimes we get our creativity blocks. Creators are meant to have their block system, but you have to, when you are representing your work, then you should be really proud of it, like represent it to the core of it, so people will be very interested in it.
Yes, like even if you like not satisfied enough, but still it should be good. It should be
Yeah.
good to presentable. It should be able you can show it to other and potential your clients as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, it comes with time, like over the time, you will realize that your work is going really, really better. So, but yeah, one of the things that I missed in the very first, like I should have told in like in the first few minutes, don't have expectation in those 2 years you are working. Okay. You have to work like nothing's gonna happen. If you keep on expecting like, oh, I shot today, I need to get this photo to be bought or to be like exhibited somewhere, it's never going to happen. It takes time, so you have to have. That's why I said everybody needs to start early. That's why I said like first, second, third year of your college is the most, because at that part of time your parents are supporting you. You have time, you have like a place to stay, you have food to eat, and like just go on at that part of time. Build the things that you want to do, because once you are out of the college you have so much pressure. You like you have to make a living of yourself. So at that part of time, if you start thinking about I need to do this thing, then nobody's going to support you. So without any expectation, work for 2 or 3 years. And like it's completely fine if you don't have a single job in first, second, or third year. Like you don't get paid for the whatever you shooting or stuff like that. Just do it for experience, just do it for continuity, and it will pay off for sure. Like it will happen.
Yes, as you practice, you will get
Yeah.
better as well. And if you don't have expectation, there is nothing to fall for. And at the end of
Yes.
the third year, you will have a potential of a lot of work to
Yes.
show to some clients or anything. And if you
Yeah.
haven't started in the first 3 year, then you have to do the stuff that you would have done in the first year. So
Yes.
it will take
Yes.
again 3 years in order to
Yes.
achieve the position that you are right
Yes.
now.
Yes. That's exactly what I meant. Once you are out of the college, you're going to take another 3 years to build that work. And why do you need to have those 3 years, like, and then the pressure that you
Yes.
have on yourself is so much. Nobody's going to give you money to live, like after college. So you have to understand this thing.
Yes, exactly. Because like once you get out of the college, you have to not only fund yourself, but you have to also support your family.
Yeah.
Um, there are other people relying on you, and you have to take care of yourself, and then you have to take a certain time for doing your passion, whatever you're interested in.
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot of your portfolio. So one other thing, like um, if we're talking about specifically in the photography and the videography, like some people also say that they tend to think that I don't have the right equipments right now. So once I will start over. So what do you think? Like, how important are the equipments? Like, that someone has to have the Mark II, to shoot really good pictures, good videos, or they can shoot from the phone. Like, what do you think about it?
So, like I told you, you have to, like most of the people in my industry, they say gear doesn't matter. Okay. But I, on the other side, would always support that gear matters. Gear just uplifts your body of work. It just gives you so much confidence, because your quality is way better than all the people who are shooting on the phone or like the basic cameras. But like I told you, nobody's gonna fund you 5 or 10 lakh rupees to get the equipments, because it's so expensive. But so in order to do that, you have to start from what you have. And again, what if you start early? That's the main point that I have. If you start early, then by the time you need the equipments, you will have the money. So I started 7 years ago or 8 years ago. uh, in between, I had good equipment, like not the best ones, but I have a really like, for the beginning, for the first 2 years, I had the basic equipment. Then I got a beautiful camera. I started shooting with that. I had that for like 3 or 4 years, and I invested a lot of money, like a lot of money to last year, and I got everything that I needed to produce good quality content. So it took me 7 years to reach the level where I wanted to be, in terms of the equipment, not in terms of being an artist, because I think once I was like, I was in like after 3 or 4 years, I felt like I have the potential. I knew that I am like, after practicing so much, and I after like looking at my passion, I knew that I'm way better than a lot of people, so I can do it. But in terms of getting the right equipment or right amount of equipment to create the high production things, it took me 7 years. So you have to understand, like, it takes time. It takes like enormous time to get to that level.
Yes. So basically, what you meant is like the equipments does matter, but it matters like when you achieve a certain level.
Yes,
But
yes,
the main thing is like you have to constantly do it. Like whatever you're doing,
yes,
no
yeah,
matter if you're doing capturing pictures from the phone
yeah,
or camera, if you're just starting
yeah,
out, just learn how to take pictures.
yeah, yeah.
So
Just
also,
master the craft.
yeah, master the
That's all.
craft.
Once
Yes,
you once you master it, like, rest of things are gonna come to your way. Like, nobody can stop it. Like, your mind will always work to, okay, like, this is the next step. This is what I want to do. This is like, and things will always keep on happening. It's not like just you are shooting. Sometimes in a month, like, photography is such a thing. Like, if you get one client, really good client, 1 month, like, just I need to have only one job a month, and I can make way more than an engineer passing out like 3 or 4 years ago. So you have to just, like, trust yourself, keep on doing it, and things will fall for you for sure. That's what I want to tell the kids. So,
yes. Like if you're doing, it's like certain people also think like, will I make a potential money or income from that? It's like, no, you will make. If you work
yeah.
hard, you will make more than engineers if you want, if you can.
Now, I'm not saying more than engineers, but yeah, engineers, like, I have utmost respect for those people. It's just they have become a meme that everybody, when it comes to a
Yes,
money part, then everybody is using it. Because I've seen people. All my friends are engineers. All my friends have done BTech, but and I have utmost respect for them. They are working really hard, but I mean, yeah, it's just, if they could have find out something more interesting, then their life would have been a lot more different, instead of just working the job that they don't love.
yes. It has become like as you said, BT is
Stereotype,
a meme. Like yeah, but even if it's a stereotype, like it's still kind of true in Indian society that most people either wants to or tends to force towards like either go engineer or doctor. Otherwise,
Yeah,
like other things does not have a much of career. So
yeah,
even if you are doing something, there are like so many engineers that they have studied engineering, but they are not actually engineer. They are doing something
yeah,
else.
yeah,
So people tend to study engineering first, then they were during their first year, second year, third year, they find out, oh, I don't want to do this. But
yeah,
some people think like now I'm forced to doing it because like my family has potentially invested so much money, and
yeah,
the other things will not generate the amount of money. It's kind of like the stereotype of mentality the
yeah,
Indians had for the several time.
yeah. But I just wanted to tell the people who are watching it, or who will watch it, anytime you feel like quitting, just do it. You will do so much better when you do things that you love. Like, that there- you will you would love to want to be better, like, it's you versus you at that part of time, instead of you versus others. When you're trying to make, like, when you're trying to make it, and the moment it's you versus you, uh, you will outbeat a lot of people. Just trust me on
Yeah.
this. And yeah,
It's like you would doing something for 10 hours that you like is way better than doing something for 2 hours that you don't like.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
And the other thing, like for someone who is going into photography right now and who, for our viewers who are watching this, who want to go into the photography and they don't have the much knowledge about photography. So, like, what do you suggest? What are the main factors about the photography that they should keep in mind?
so I mean, I can't explain the technical things here, but I will always, like, let them know how to get to that place. So I think everybody knows YouTube is the best place to learn anything. But for me, YouTube was like only like 20 or 30% of anything. I can only learn technical stuff on the YouTube. Okay, like, so photography is like photography can be divided into two parts. That's how I do it. So one is technical and another is philosophical. So as an
Mhm.
artist, everybody has their own philosophy, has their own identity, and has their own style of putting things together. So I think like technical part is way too easy. Technical part can be sorted out in like a week, and but the philosophical part, the identity part takes years to master, to get there. So I think, and to master the philosophical part, like, like, what is philosophical part, let me get on that one also. It's what do you want to create, what are the things that you want to take the pictures of. That is the philosophical part. So what are the things that makes you interested in, like your subjects, like your projects, or the things that you value most and you would like to create a story out of it. That is the philosophical part. Technical part is like shutter speed, ISO, and aperture. And you can master these triangle, these like it's called exposure triangle. So you can master it in a week through YouTube, but you can never master the philosophical, your identity, your style through YouTube. So to master that thing, you have to find an inspiration. You have to find somebody that you are mad about, like crazy, like you are inspired by that person. You have to follow him. You have to follow his path. You have to like see him working. You have to just like ask him like, hey man, just take me out. Just take me out for shooting. I just want to see you. I just want to like see how does it matter, and like what things makes you interesting. And so if you are surrounded with those people, you can master the philosophical part also, because you will keep on like seeing them. But the moment you go back to your home and you'll be like thinking about it, but like there's 70% of the other person's input, but 30% would be your input. Like you would love to do the same thing in a different style. And the moment you do somebody's work in your style, and the moment you keep on doing it for over the years, you will have your class and like your own style of the work. That's how you do it.
Yes, like make something your signature move, like
Yeah,
something that represents you and your
yeah,
ideology and your
yeah,
kind of idea of seeing the world
yeah.
in terms of like art and production.